Hello, students. Welcome back. Let's discuss a new cue card. A new cue card, which is a bit different. Which one? Describe a thing you did to learn another language. कोई भी एक चीज आपने की to learn another language. To learn another language, कोई दूसरी लैंग्वेज सीखने के लिए means apart from your mother tongue. Apart from your mother tongue. अपनी जो मदर टंग है उसके अलावा जो कोई भी लैंग्वेज सीखने के लिए आपने एक चीज की उसके बारे में बोलिए. What are the sub points? What language you learned? You learned. कौन सी सीखी? लैंग्वेज कौन सी सीखी? There could be any language. It is not necessary to learn to speak about English or you can talk about any language. What you did, what was that one thing which you did to learn that language, improve that language? How it helped you to learn language? वो जो आपने कुछ भी किया उसने आपकी कैसे मदद की सीखने में, लैंग्वेज को सीखने में, भाषा को सीखने में, एंड हाउ यू फेल्ट अबाउट इट. जो भी आपने किया उसके बारे में आपको कैसा लगा? यू फेल्ट गुड? उसने आपकी हेल्प की? नहीं की? ओके. एंड दिस इज a cue card we will discuss, and we will also discuss the follow-ups. There are 4 or 5 follow-ups. We'll discuss that. So first of all, you can talk about any language. आप किसी भी लैंग्वेज के बारे में बोल सकते हो. You can speak about French, you can Russian, English, or any other language. Okay. So there are numerous things, several things you can talk about. बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जिनके बारे में आप बोल सकते हो. इट क्या क्या ऑप्शंस हो सकते हैं? किस किस चीज के बारे में बोल सकते हो? यू कैन टॉक अबाउट वॉचिंग इंग्लिश, वॉचिंग मूवीज इन दैट लैंग्वेज. उस लैंग्वेज में जो भी आप सीखना चाहते थे उसकी मूवीज देखनी स्टार्ट की. उस लैंग्वेज में सॉन्ग्स लिसन करने स्टार्ट किए. यू स्टार्टेड लिसनिंग lectures in that one, like podcast or TED Talks. You may talk about, you may start talking with the people of that language. उस लैंग्वेज के लोगों से बात करनी स्टार्ट की. बट आई वुड रिकमेंड यू टू फोकस ऑन वन. डोंट पुट ऑल दीज थिंग्स टुगेदर. इन सारी चीजों को इकट्ठा मत करना. टॉक अबाउट वन थिंग. एंड आई वुड पर्सनली रिकमेंड, मैं आपको रिकमेंड करूंगा बेस्ट, जो बेस्ट है. एंड आई थिंक दैट एवरीबॉडी वुड say that it is, yes, it is the best. Okay, what is that? वो है क्या? It was told by my teacher, and I'm telling it to you. Once my teacher explained me that if you want to learn any language, it is just like swimming. किसी भी लैंग्वेज को अगर आपने बोलना सीखना है तो ये स्विमिंग के बराबर है. So first of all, I was not able to understand what my teacher wanted to say, but later he went on to explain it. बाद में उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि क्या मतलब है. Okay, like swimming. आप स्विमिंग की सारी बुक्स पढ़ लें, जितनी भी बुक्स हैं स्विमिंग पे वो सारी पढ़ लें, जितने भी अच्छे से अच्छे कोच हैं उनसे डिस्कस कर लें, सारे आपको मूवमेंट्स के नाम याद हो, आपको हर तरह की स्विमिंग के बारे में पता हो, बट इट डजंट मीन दैट यू वुड बी एबल टू स्विम। पर इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप अच्छे से तैर पाएंगे। वट यू विल हैव टू डू टू स्विम, स्विम करने के लिए करना क्या पड़ेगा? यू विल हैव टू गो इनटू द वाटर, you will have to go into the water, you will have to practice there, आपको वहां पे प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी। only then you can learn how to swim, तभी आपको स्विमिंग आ सकती है। and similarly if you want to speak a language, any language, it doesn't matter what you will have to do, you will have to converse in that language. This is the best way to learn a language. लैंग्वेज को सीखने का सबसे आसान तरीका ये है। सो आई वुड रिकमेंड यू टू टॉक अबाउट दैट, उसके बारे में बोलिए, बात करने के बारे में बोलिए। दैट यू स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग विद समवन who was a native speaker of that language, whatever the language you choose, जो भी आप लैंग्वेज चूज करोगे, इंग्लिश चूज करोगे, फ्रेंच चूज करो, रशियन, whatever it is, तो कि मैंने उसके साथ नेटिव स्पीकर के साथ बात दोस्ती की, उससे बात करनी स्टार्ट की। एंड व्हेन वी टॉक कंटिन्यूसली फॉर every day for 2 or 3 hours every day, and within 1 month, 1.5 months, I was fluent enough to express my views. So this is what I would suggest. Okay, so let's start with this. Learning a language is a very challenging task or a very daunting task. Different people suggest different activities to learn a language. I was very much interested in English because English is a globalized language, a global language, which is spoken in more than 86 countries of the world. So if I learn this language, I would be able to interact with the people from different corners of the world. But I knew one thing, that I would not be able to speak well unless or until I practice speaking English. So I started searching for someone from a country where English is spoken, where English is their native language. And I was lucky enough to find a person from Ireland. He was a student of 21 and he was pursuing his bachelor's. And then we started talking almost every day. He told me a lot about his country, about the traditions there, about the lifestyle there, about the way of working people there. And I told him about my country. And in this way, we started communicating, and I realized that my English was improving gradually. And why was with each passing day, I became more and more confident. And I think that it took me about 1.5 months when I was confident enough to talk with any person who speaks English well. So it really helped me. Yes, I forgot to tell you his name. His name was John Smith. And now we are very good friends. We write letters, we write emails to each other. We often talk on social media, and it helped me to learn to speak English fluently. So this really helped me. So, okay, what language you learned? I learned English. What you did, I started interacting with a native speaker, John Smith. How it helped you to learn? It helped me a lot. With each passing day, I became confident. And now I'm fully confident. I can talk with any person very confidently and fluently. And how you felt? I felt great because whatever my teacher told me in my school days, I realized that he was absolutely right. And I really appreciate that he told me the right thing, and I was able to utilize it in my life, and I was able to improve my English up to a considerable extent. So this is what you can speak about. I hope that this will help you to prepare your cue card well. Okay, so let's go for follow-ups. What is the first one? What difficulties people face while learning a language? लोगों को कौन कौन सी प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं जब वो एक लैंग्वेज सीखते हैं? So you may name the problems which they face. Different people face different kind of problems because learning a foreign language is really very challenging task because each and every language has its own pronunciation, its own sentence structure, its own rules of grammar. So people may find difficulties in pronouncing a words, making sentence. Yes, there could be a problem of silent letters, silent. So there could be several problems, and the problems may vary from person to person. For one person, one thing may be a big problem, and for another person, may face a different problem. For example, in English, simply several people face the problem of pronunciation. They find it really very hard. How to know which one, which letter to pronounce or which not to pronounce, because there are certain rules. But when they practice, they can overcome it very easily. Okay, do you think language learning is important? I would definitely say that yes, learning language is really very important, especially a global language to interact with the people. Because we are living in the 21st century and the world has become a global village. We come across people from different corners of the world and we need a common language to interact with the people from other parts of the world for work purpose, for business purpose, for study purpose, for tourism purpose. So it's really very important to learn a language, especially a foreign language, a global language. Let's take the example of English. English is spoken in 86 countries across the globe. So a person who has learned it properly can communicate with the people and he would not feel out of place in any part of the world. So learning a language is really very important. Which is better to study alone or to study in a group? अकेले पढ़ना अच्छा है या फिर ग्रुप में पढ़ना अच्छा है? I would say that it depends. It depends. Sometimes it is better to study alone, but sometimes it is better to study in a group. Let's take one or two examples. If I am revising my lessons near the exams, it's better to sit alone and revise because you would be able to focus on your work in a better way. You would not get astray. You would not be able to talk with anybody. But if you are reading something or some concept for the first time and you may face certain problems, it is better to study in a group. Because when we sit in a group, if I'm not able to understand anything, I would be able to discuss it with others. And if the others are not able to understand anything, they would be able to discuss with me. So in this way, we would be able to clear the concepts when we are studying it for the first time. But when we have to revise it, then it is better to sit alone and revise. And last question, what is best way to learn a language? We have already discussed the answer of this question. इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर हम पहले ही डिस्कस कर चुके हैं कि लैंग्वेज को सीखने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका कौन सा है. The best way to learn a language is to be in the native language environment. To be in the native language environment. जहां पे वो लैंग्वेज बोली जाती है उसमें जाना, उसमें रहना is the best way to learn a language. For example, if a person wants to learn French, so the best way, that person must go to France, live there among the people, native speaker, interact with them, and he would be able to speak that language naturally within a few months. I personally feel that this is the best way to learn a language. So I think that this video will help you to speak about this cue card in a better way. So don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like the content. And secondly, subscribe to this channel if you are new to it for more such videos. Hope to see you later in the next video. Thank you. Bye.